watching KWQC TV, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, what to wear for your Thanksgiving festivities. The Clothing Co. is here to help us elevate our holiday style.
Plus, a closer look at 6 pieces of significant artwork recently gifted to the Figgy as part of a $14 million art donation.
And later, the Novel Bloom, a beautiful combination of books, coffee, and flowers in a cozy and inviting atmosphere. We'll learn more about this small business located in Savannah, Illinois. It's Thursday, November 14th, and you're watching Quad Cities Live. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Morgan Otier alongside my co-host Kyle Keel. Well, it is the season of giving and gifting, and if you're looking for something special for the Hawkeye fan in your life, there's a one-stop shop right here in the Quad Cities.
And of course, we're talking about the Black and Gold shop in Davenport. Carla Anderson is back with us now to talk all things black and gold for the holidays. Carla, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. So obviously we're going to get to the stocking stuffers, but you know, you were mentioning on your way in, it's cold, it's windy out. We got to gear up for winter.
Right.
So you got plenty of...
You've got snow coming in next week.
Well, I guess you don't need the weather forecast.
That's fine.
All right.
I've been watching it.
No, there is that possibility for some snowflakes later next week, but luckily nothing too crazy yet. But definitely, you know, if we don't get any snow, it's definitely looking colder. So we need to get our hats, our gloves.
Great hats, and this is just a
great
small
styles.
portion of what we have.
Awesome.
Yes, and great gloves. And there's women's, men's, and kids.
Women's, men's, and kids, gloves and hats. Okay, I've got my favorites already. So if anybody is shopping for me, I like this one right here. Oh, as Tyler changes the camera, I like this one with the Iowa lettering right there.
Can really study.
Yeah, everyone can see what you guys have. I think what a lot of people would be surprised about, because you guys are the Hawkeye headquarters, like here in the Quad Cities. I think a lot of people though would be surprised of the variety. It's not just the couple options that you think you might have. Hats alone, you've got a variety of options here.
There's over 50 hats on the one wall and stuff, and then we got more over in women's and kids. The women kind of chop off of the men's too.
Oh yeah, we sure do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to. So obviously you have some coats as well.
Yes.
Bringing in some examples for us here today.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got
that one's really nice. It's from Columbia.
Oh yeah.
It's weatherproof. You got some nice pockets on there, and then you got the ties that will pull your hood down and stuff.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel too heavy, but it does feel, it feels very warm on the inside.
Yeah, and you'll see on that sleeve it says Omnitech.
Oh yeah,
So
right
that has the
on the inside
foil
here.
on the inside, so it gives you some warmth. Even though it's just a rain jacket.
Okay, very nice.
So talk about some of the others you have here.
Okay, so the next one is what is always popular. It's a tonal. We sell lots of tonal items.
This is cool.
So that tonal means it's basically a black on black or a gray on black.
I was wondering, okay. This is really cool. You've brought a lot of options that kind of like are a little bit retro, like
kind of coming back.
A little, like
retro is coming back.
Yeah, this one is really,
and
really great.
Those has really nice pockets that snap.
Yeah.
So like you're in the stadium and stuff, then you can snap it closed.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and then you got the zipper pocket on the side sleeve.
Yeah, this one is really nice.
Yeah.
I want to talk about like this silky one.
Oh yeah, you had your eye on a few, didn't you?
I have my eye on a few of everything. Can you tell what team I cheer for?
Which one did you want, Morgan?
The starter jacket.
Oh yes, the starter jacket. There we go. You said, Carla, that these have become very, very popular.
They have been popular for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And, stuff.
Wow.
and it's just, when it got into COVID, people got back into retro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
this reminds me of elementary school.
I was just going to say, we were just talking.
We all had our
gives
starter.
Gives a 90s
Bears
vibe.
starter jacket.
We have a lot of people
Dame.
coming. I remember I was in this grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really sparks the nostalgia, that's for sure.
That's cool.
So in addition to all these coats, obviously it's the holiday season, so you have oodles and oodles of stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so we got some of these.
The ornaments there.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Rubik's Cube.
Oh,
yeah, everyone
Hawkeye
likes a
Rouge
good-
And
is
then
cute.
like a memo pad,
Oh, yeah.
keychains,
Chains.
and then everybody gets a sock in their stocking.
Oh, yeah.
You got the fuzzy socks.
You need to have the socks in the stocking, 100%.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
for bare feet. What's
Yes.
going on here? Oh, I see. Because
Yes,
it's a
that's
sock.
the name of the company.
Got it. We're doing
And then
great.
lanyards, excellent stocking stuffer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have playing cards that are good.
See.
And then we have calendars as well that make excellent stocking stuffers.
Yes.
Very cool.
Everyone needs a
And
calendar.
we have to talk about all the water
These are so
bottles.
cool.
Water
And this
bottles
is-
are like the best gift.
Yes. And that is one of our top gifts at Christmas.
Is
We
it
go
really?
through just tons of these. And this is just a small portion. These come in other colors. There's
Okay.
like a lavender that also comes in.
Okay, great. But still got the Iowa, the
Yes.
Tiger Hawk on
Keeps
there.
the hot
And then
drinks
there's-
hot and the cold drinks cold.
Yeah.
Yes. And then there's other ones, this style, but other logos.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
very cool.
This
I
is
like
like
that
mine.
one on the end.
Yeah, this is like the one I carry around the studio
Yes.
every day. Just a different
Your safety
color.
cushion, right?
Yeah.
So, Carla, what would you say people are flocking into the stores for during the holiday season? What's the one item that people want?
You know, we have a lot of people that come in and they're looking for warmth. So
Yeah.
they'll shop for sweatshirts and
Right.
stuff.
Oh,
and
sure.
we have just a wide variety
Yeah.
of sweatshirts. They range between, there's that Nike one on the end there that is $51.
Right.
And that's, the last time I was here, I mentioned that it's the fabric that's so ultra soft.
Yes.
And Nike keeps producing it. It just changed. They just changed the logo.
Okay.
Okay.
You'll just keep finding that same fabric.
Yeah.
And if you like that fabric and a certain size, just keep buying that same thing. You don't even have to try it on.
Oh, well, wonderful.
Yeah.
And then we have the big game at Vibrant.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
night. So
Yes.
just
It
a
came up
reminder that you can get what you need, you know, at the shop.
Yes. Well, at our stores.
Yeah.
And then we've got a booth at the Mark,
Really?
down in the mezzanine, and then upstairs on the
Ooh.
second floor.
I have a
That's
feeling you guys are
perfect.
going to be really busy.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I hope so. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
home.
the goal, right?
Good for you.
Well, the Black and Gold shop is located at 102 East Kimberly Road in Davenport. That's near North Park Mall. It's open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 on Friday and Saturday, and then from 11 to 5 on Sunday. If you want to peek at all they have to offer, it's a lot. You can head to theblackandgoldshop.com. As always, Carla, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'd like to mention too that holiday hours, they'll change a little bit.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you might want to call the store
Yeah.
or check Facebook.
Check
know.
Facebook, keep an eye out. Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Still to come on Quad Cities Live, outfit options for Thanksgiving dinner and all the festivities surrounding the holiday. The Clothing Co. is here with ways to elevate our style.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Well, of course, we are approaching the holiday season with Thanksgiving exactly 2 weeks from today. There's your reminder in case you needed it. So what are you going to wear? Well, there are all kinds of Thanksgiving gatherings. There are some people who eat early. There are more casual Thanksgivings. And of course, there are the fancy ones. So here to help us out, as always, is Katie Thompson, founder of The Clothing Co. located in LeClaire. Katie, welcome back.
It is great to be here. I can't believe it's 2 weeks until Thanksgiving.
I was writing the beginning of our segment and I looked it up and I couldn't believe it either.
Yeah,
Exactly
here we
2
are.
weeks away. So yeah, you got to be thinking about those frozen turkeys pretty soon.
Yeah,
here.
it's time.
Absolutely.
It's thawing time.
Okay, so there is a way to dress up and dress down depending on where you're going, but it doesn't really mean that you have to be uncomfortable. And I think that that's kind of the goal here.
It is the goal. I
Yeah.
think we all want to load up on the mashed potatoes and the turkey
Yes, we do.
and do the max that we can do.
Yeah.
But we also don't want to have to unbutton our pants if we don't have to.
You know what? If we don't have to, we will.
Yeah.
We will if we're
But-
around the right company.
Right.
But
We can solve the problem though. Stretchy pants work, and we'll
Stretchy
do that.
pants, absolutely. Okay, so you brought a couple of looks with you here today, but we're going to start over here.
Yeah, let's start here, Morgan. So when we talk about clothes, when I'm here, I always try to remind everyone that you don't, although we love it, we don't have to go out and buy a totally new outfit every time.
Right.
But if we are buying a new outfit, let's talk about some staple pieces that you're going to be able to reuse. It's not a one-time
Right.
use just for
I
Thanksgiving.
love that, yes.
Yeah, we don't need to go into consumerism. We can reuse things that we have.
Yes.
So on this mannequin, we have two extremely basic pieces. Feel how soft it is. That's also a key for Thanksgiving when you're going to overload on your mashed potatoes. But black jogger pants, ultra stretch here. And that's something you can run around town in.
Yeah.
But we're going to elevate the look for Thanksgiving. So again, an easy little mock neck shirt that's going to go under it.
Yes.
Extremely basic. A white top, black bottoms.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not looking at anything
reusable.
extreme here.
Yeah.
But as we start to layer in the pieces, and we're going to talk about the rule of 3, Morgan.
Okay.
That if you want to change a look, adding 3 pieces to anything is going to elevate that look. So if we add a necklace in first.
Okay. Which we just did. This is beautiful. I love these.
And a complete look. So I don't know about you, but sometimes I look at people and I think, you always look so put together. How is that?
Rule of 3s?
Rule of 3. They probably have on a couple accessories. They have a layer of some sort. So we just added number 2.
Wonderful.
We have a layer on top of it. And of course, she's going to need some earrings to match. And we're going to try to pin it up here. So we technically completed our 3 pieces.
That's amazing.
We have our necklace, our layer on top, and our earrings to go with it. So all still pieces that you could reuse. This necklace, dress it up for Christmas dinner or New Year's. Earrings, a very neutral palette that you can
wear to work. You can wear them anytime you want.
So we're still within that idea of not going so far extreme that you can't reuse things.
I love this. And all of these, by the way, these can be found at the Clothing Co.
All at the Clothing Co, yes. So here, you and I have talked about vests in the past, and we love a good vest.
Yes.
So hopefully everyone can tell here, there's a really nice thick layer that's ultra
and it's
soft.
Fuzzy inside too.
Fuzzy, yes.
We love that.
And we're going to add that on top, and now you're able to run out to Thanksgiving dinner. You're warm while you're getting in the car and out, but you're not layered up so thick that you're uncomfortable when you're coming home because you have the extra layer of heat from the food.
Yes, and I can't get over how soft everything is.
This year, this fall, Morgan, everything in the store has a layer of softness to it. We've been talking about, everyone that comes in says, what soft clothes do you have? And there's the feeling going on.
It's really, really nice. Okay, so you fully just showed us how to put together an outfit. Rule of 3s.
The rule of 3. So anytime, I think often women especially will look in the mirror and say, I don't feel put together today, or oh, I just feel a little bit drab.
Yeah.
Adding in earrings, as small as it sounds, an earring and a necklace, you've added 2 layers.
Yes.
And then think, a bracelet, a vest.
I'm almost
one
there.
more thing.
I have a fitness watch.
Hey. Me too. That's my 3rd. Yep, there we go. But we're not outside, so we don't have a vest right now.
Okay, Claire and I were already talking about before the show started how much we love this coat.
The coat is fabulous.
Yes.
There's so many plaid jackets in the shop right now, and puffer jackets too.
Yeah.
So a lot of times boutique stores in particular, we tend not to carry layers like jackets because it's quick. You want it for 2 weeks, and once you have your jacket, you're good for the season. But we brought in a lot of these jackets that are a little bit lighter weight, Morgan. So if you feel this one, it's just a good extra layer to add on.
It is very lightweight. It looks like it would be heavier, I think maybe on air, but it's very, very lightweight. So if anyone's worried about that, yeah, it's comfy.
But we're looking at all the extra details. So the collar has a little bit of a corduroy to it, a really good pattern here, and a single button in the front.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we think too, when we're going to a Thanksgiving dinner, is the house going to be warm or cold when we get there?
Yes.
So if you talk about an elevated look here, if you happen to be chilly in the house, just wear it as an extra layer.
Yeah.
Sure, it's a jacket, but if you open it up and your sweater shows from the front,
this is so cute.
It's not going to be too winter looking.
This is gorgeous. The accessories are beautiful, and you know what? I think people overlook that too, like the necklaces and things that you have in store. They're gorgeous. Yeah, it's so unique.
All sorts of unique pieces. We have handmade pieces and then some that are brought into the shop too. But the sweater here, so if you're talking about a Thanksgiving get-together that might be a little bit dressier. Some of us do get out of our joggers. I prefer not to, but we can.
A jean on Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Who is this? But just think about your sweater. And again, we're talking about, can this piece be reused? Of course it can be reused, but we dressed it up significantly with the necklace.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. Really beautiful. And one thing, you know, I was thinking about when you talked about, is it going to be warm? Is it going to be cold at this Thanksgiving? One thing I thought about, socks. I don't feel like I have enough nice socks that if you go somewhere and they're a shoes off kind of house, you gotta have the cute socks on.
Yeah, we can help you both ways. There's socks, house slippers.
Perfect.
You can get yourself a cute pair of little sneakers that you could take with you.
Yeah.
But that's a really good point. A little house slipper.
A little house sleeper doesn't hurt. Yeah, absolutely. And one thing too, before I let you go, is you took this bag off the mannequin, but I love that these are still.
They're still here. These bum bags are still here, and it works out great if you're anything like me. If you compartmentalize to this size of bag, you can't overstuff it. But if you size up, you'll start carrying things that you don't need every day.
I have purses in my closet right now that have stuff in them from a year ago because
you never know
they're
what you might find in there.
Absolutely. Okay. Black Friday and Small Business Saturday are coming up, and we want to touch on that as well.
Yes, I am so glad that we're going to. So we are actually announcing, as of right now, it'll go out on our social media tomorrow, but hearing it here first, for Small Business Saturday, we are doing a bounce back coupon. So if you spend $100 in store, you're going to get a $10 off coupon to use later.
Wow.
$200, you'll get $20 back.
That's awesome.
And it's just our thank you for supporting small business. We know that you could choose anywhere to go. But we really love that you choose us.
Yes, we love it too. Roughly how many small businesses do you have at the Clothing Co?
There are 10 in our shop alone.
Is amazing.
Yep, and then of course our little stretch of stores, there's 14 of us total.
14. It's a great spot for your holiday shopping and just shopping for yourself, let's be honest.
Yeah, you can do a one for a gift, one for me while you're there.
One for you, exactly. Clothing Co. is located on North Cody Road in LeClaire. It's open Tuesday through Sunday. We have those hours on your screen. Now for any updates on events and promotions like Katie just talked about, follow along at facebook.com/theclothingcoqc. As always, Katie, thank you so much. This was fun.
Wonderful to be here.
Thank you. Up next on QCL, the Figgy is now home to 6 significant artworks thanks to an incredible $14 million donation of art. We'll learn more about each of those pieces after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
The Figgy Art Museum offers free admission each Thursday as part of its Thursdays at the Figgy programming. It's really an opportunity to check out the museum in the evening and oftentimes hear from an expert on a particular art genre. Well, tonight that expert is Gail R. Scott, the director of the Marston Hartley Legacy Project with the Bates College Museum of Art. Gail, thank you so much for being here today.
I'm delighted.
We are delighted to have you. I love when, the Figgy sends a visitor to us, and you're coming to us from Maine. So very exciting. We appreciate you being here, as I'm sure people are excited to hear from you tonight. Well, the Figgy, it was recently gifted quite a large gift, but 6 works as part of that $14 million donation of art. Can you talk a little bit more about that donation and how these pieces of artwork became part of it?
Yes, well, clearly there are 6 Hartleys. I think that's the most artists in their collection, the most of any artist. And so I think Hartley was a favorite.
Yeah.
And that's great because I think he is the star of the collection in many ways. And so the collection is a gem.
Yeah, it really is. And what we're talking about, which we have spoken about before on the show, the Linda and Jay Randolph Lewis, the donors that, gifted this art to the Figgy. It's been really such a cool thing. Here's a photo of the couple here.
Yes.
So that is where these artworks came from. Now, talk a little bit more about Marston Hartley's role in the art world. So this will be American modernism?
Yes.
Okay.
So Hartley was an early American modernist painter, and he was one of the stable of artists under Alfred Stieglitz, along with Georgia O'Keeffe, who married Stieglitz at one point, and others like John Marin, Arthur Dove. So Hartley was an early American modernist, and so one of the first in their collection.
Right. That's that. And talk a little bit too about what kind of makes that work so impactful. I mean, from an art perspective, it was really kind of a big transition.
Yes, yes, it really was, and I think unlike some of the other artists that Stieglitz handled, all of whom achieved great stature in the 20th century, Hartley has been more challenging for viewers and audiences in the fact that, in the sense that he, unlike a George O'Keeffe, you always know a George O'Keeffe, you always know a John Marin landscape or seascape when you see one, or a nature abstraction by Arthur Dove. But with Hartley, he had no straight line trajectory in his career, no stylistic development that is clear cut. He jumped around in relation to various places where he lived and worked. Yeah. So that's a big difference.
And you can see that, and we're looking at some of those pieces right now. Yeah. So what are some of those key elements that we can notice in those pieces, other than the fact that maybe you can't find that, you know, straight trajectory, as you mentioned?
Well, the one that's on the screen now, the Dogtown Common painting, is a typical example of the ruggedness of his brushstroke, his approach, his the imaginative quality that's behind his, you know, his looking at landscape and painting landscape. So those are some differences.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so how do the works specifically in the Lewis collection, so those will be the 6 artworks that you're speaking on this evening, how do they highlight his evolution as an artist?
Well, it's a wonderful collection in the sense that it does follow his career from early on, the early Maine landscape, the very colorful trees and autumnal scene. That's very early, 1909, and then later in his career, he was in Berlin and he spent about a year and a half just painting still lifes. Really? So the still life with pears in the Lewis collection is an example of that. And then on through the late part of Hartley's career, when he returned to Maine and did a number of their works are from that period.
That's amazing, just when you really think about, you know, having the fact that they owned this collection and the time that it really spans. That's truly incredible. So let's talk about some of your favorites. Do you have a favorite piece that you'll be speaking about tonight?
Well, I think the two that are kind of represent two aspects of Hartley are the Lifeguard. Because, you know, when Hartley was a gay artist, in a time when it was not spoken about very much, and he was more or less, people knew about it, but he was more or less in the closet. But in the last 20 years, his homosexuality has become, you know, a topic of great interest in these times of gender identity. So that's one of the great things about the Lifeguard.
I love that one too.
And the other is the church at Korea with the lobster pots. Because I see that as speaking about Hartley's, a deeper sense of Hartley's art. He was not a religious, he was not a churchgoer. And he was, even though he was raised in the Episcopal Church, in his adult life, he did not follow any church dogma, but he was a searcher and a spiritual seeker. And so, to me, he did 15 church landscapes late in his life, last 7 years of his life. None before that. All but 1935, 36 to his death in 1943. And so, to me, these church structures are kind of an objectification of Hartley's deeper spiritual searching that characterized him throughout his life.
At end of life. Wow, very, very enlightening, very interesting. And you can learn more about Marsden Hartley and the artworks we talked about today by attending Gail's event. That is tonight at the Figge. It is from 6:30 to 8 p.m. It is free to attend. Just a really, really great program they have at the Figge. For more information on that or really anything else, visit FiggeArtMuseum.org. Gail, wow, appreciate it so much. Thank you for chatting with us. Absolutely. Well, still to come in our next half hour, a preview of an exciting event coming to Vibrant Arena at the Mark. Learn more about the John Deere QC Showdown set for this Friday. And later, learn more about the Novel Bloom, a shop in Savannah, Illinois, combining books, coffee, and flowers. But first, it is a chilly, gloomy November afternoon. So what can we expect for the remainder of our work week? Meteorologist Kyle Keel has your full forecast next.
And now your first alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Keel.
Everywhere Camera Network shows clouds everywhere this afternoon. These clouds have really hung on tight today after that little bit of rain that we had last night. Only amounted to about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. Certainly no drought buster by any means, but there is more rain coming up over the next 7 days. Temperatures, these have not budged much here over the last several hours. Upper 40s to right around 50 degrees. The last 6 hours in Moline has hovered between 50 and 51 degrees. So yeah, just kind of you look outside and you just know it's a cool, chilly day. It's also a bit on the breezy side with those northwesterly winds. It's kind of spiraling around this area of low pressure. The clouds hanging tight. Notice the back edge of the clouds just now getting toward the Des Moines metro area. That eventually gets in here tonight, and we'll have decreasing clouds with overnight lows getting into the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. Highs tomorrow back in the low to mid 50s. So when we break it down here hour by hour over the next 24 hours, you'll notice that we will see those decreasing clouds here as we head into the early morning hours, and then we'll see some sunshine return here tomorrow, especially by mid to late morning, with highs topping out pretty seasonable for this time of year in the mid 50s. We'll be back with more Quad Cities Live after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
There is an exciting event set for this Friday, tomorrow. The John Deere Quad Cities Showdown will bring the Iowa men's basketball team to Moline, taking on Washington State at Vibrant Arena at the Mark. The game starts at 7:30 tomorrow night, marking an opportunity to celebrate the new John Deere Scholars Program, a collaboration between John Deere, Davenport Community Schools, and the University of Iowa.
Quad Cities is a great basketball town, great basketball area, unbelievable tradition. And we have two incredible athletes from here. They're going to be great players for us.
I mean, growing up in the Quad Cities, I mean, it's kind of everything that made me. I mean, I take great pride in being from here and growing up here, all the great people I met, all the connections I made.
We had a great run my senior year with me and Brock, kind of leading it. Got to win the state championship.
For sure. I mean, we've played basketball with each other since we were 15 years old, and then we got to play high school basketball together our last year. We both decided we were going to take our talents to Iowa.
So it was an easy one for us. We got involved with Owen first, and then as we watched Brock, because a lot of people knocked him because of his size, and all he did was win and outplay the guy that lined up in front of him. So that's all I needed to see.
Obviously, I wasn't going to be the biggest guy. My parents aren't the tallest people, aren't the biggest people. So, I mean, the biggest thing they put into me and my brother was just hard work.
Brock is special in a lot of ways. First of all, he's supremely confident. Incredible basketball intellect. Great speed and quickness. Great feel for how to play. Ultimately, a guy that impacts winning. Owen was Rookie of the Year in our league. One of the best players in our league as a freshman, which is hard to do. Incredibly talented athlete with great basketball skill. Their relationship is exactly what you would want from a point guard and a post player. I mean, they look for each other, they respect each other, and they listen to each other.
I think this community just incredibly proud of all of their accomplishments, and that run that they had at high school. I think everybody in the region was so glued to their TV sets and certainly those games and seeing that come to fruition. And the fact that they're now 45 minutes down the road and they're coming home, I think it's just a really big deal.
Yeah, it's been 26 years since Iowa played here, and most of their games, I think times they've been here, have been exhibition games, or there was a fill-in NIT game at one point against DePaul.
And I guess it was, maybe winter of 2024, I got a call from an old friend and a colleague that I've known for many years who works for a sports marketing company called Intersport. And he said, hey, we're thinking about doing some additional events, basketball events, neutral site events, and would the Quad Cities be interested? And I said, absolutely. And then he said, Hawkeyes. And we said, all right, how do we make this happen?
People have been coming from the Quad Cities to Harbor Hawkeye Arena for years, and now we're bringing our team to them. And I think that's what it's all about. We've talked about it, and it's a lot of work, but we got it done.
So thankful to him for, stepping up and bringing this here. And it's going to be great for the Quad Cities and great for the arena and great for our basketball resume.
And I think from a Visit Quad Cities perspective, our Sports QC, powered by Visit Quad Cities, which is our sports commission initiative, just trying to think through how we can diversify the portfolio of events, how we can program the community to bring about brand visibility, hopefully economic impact through tourism, but then also just getting Quad citizens excited about the things that are happening here. So that resident pride is a big piece of what we're trying to do, and this is just one more feather in the cap for what we're trying to make happen.
Yeah, we're really excited for John to be a lead sponsor for this event with the Iowa men's basketball team at the Vibrant Center. And an aspect of that is connecting one of the new programs we're supporting within the community. It's the John Deere Scholars Programs, and it's supporting Davenport community students to go to the University of Iowa. So we're partnering with them and Davenport Community Schools. And so there's several components to the program. The first program is preparing high school seniors to go to college, whether it's the University of Iowa or anywhere. And as we all know, going from high school to college is a big change. And then the other part is that John Deere is offering scholarships for 20 students per year over the next 3 years. So that's 60 students total. And then the other thing, we intend to provide one John Deere employee as a mentor for each of the 20 students that are selected.
Events like this don't happen without investment. They don't happen without, sponsors. They don't happen without robust ticket sales. So we got to remind the community, we have to let the region know that these things are not easy to do. And so that support from the business community, that support from the people that just love the Hawks, let's make this really special so we can get these things back over and over again.
Yeah, ever since we announced this game, my phone has been ringing off the hook. And people that, it's like the kind of friends that we had when we booked Paul McCartney. People I haven't seen in years. When do tickets go on sale? How do we get tickets?
I'm very honored and privileged to come back and kind of give back to the community that welcomed me here with open arms. This community has been nothing but great to my family, to me and my younger brother. So just being able to come back and play in front of my friends and family, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait.
I think for Owen, I think he's super excited for it, but I think it just means a little bit more for me just kind of growing up here, all the people I met here, all the support that I've had. Everybody's kind of supported me. A lot of people supported me in high school, but I think now getting into college, I have a little bit, some of the people that we played in high school, some of the schools we played, they've kind of started to support me as well, and that's been truly a blessing. So to be able to come back here and bring Iowa basketball here for them, I think it's just going to be a really exciting game, and I think a lot of people are super excited for it.
I think we're going to have a full arena. It's going to be electric, and it could easily sell out, and people should probably try to get their tickets as soon as possible. They're going to go quick.
They're going to come and watch great basketball. They enjoy the game. They want to see great basketball. We're playing a tremendous team in Washington State. It's a marquee matchup on our schedule and a first-class arena. And I think anybody that enjoys the game will enjoy this one.
And still to come after the break, a Main Street flower shop in business for more than 30 years, now incorporating books and coffee. Learn more about the novel bloom next. Tomorrow on Quad Cities Live, getting squeaky clean with Buff City Soap, a plant-based homemade soap company that specializes in products that are free of harsh chemicals and ingredients.
Plus, a visit from Blue House Dry Goods, a family-owned business specializing in gourmet dry blends for drinks, dips, seasonings, and cookies. That and much more tomorrow on a Friday edition of Quad Cities Live. Well, there's a cozy little coffee shop located on Main Street in Savannah, Illinois, offering up some great things, more than just your caffeine fix.
Yeah, the Novel Bloom has your coffee and tea, of course, along with your next book and your next bouquet of flowers. Yeah. Joining us this afternoon is owner Samantha Ritchie and manager Alyssa Williams. Ladies, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for
making the trip.
Thank you for making the trips from Savannah. We've had fun with you guys behind the scenes all hour.
Yes.
Great. The best personalities.
Yes.
So Samantha, give us a little bit of background on your business. I really love this story. So kind of describe how you got to where you are now with the Novel Bloom.
So I purchased what was formerly called River Valley Designs at the young age of 19.
Wow.
And I had worked there in high school, and so purchased the business and had owned it for 10 years, and then last year decided I wanted to do something a little different, so the Novel Bloom was born.
Yeah, this is definitely a little bit different, but a little bit of the same as well. So how did you come up with the concept of the Novel Bloom? Because like we said, you've got coffee, you've got books now.
Yeah, so I wanted something that would complement the flower side of the business. That wasn't going anywhere. And we love coffee and really wanted we wanted really good coffee at our fingertips. And then the books just kind of came naturally. It just seemed like a really great blend of products.
And it looks like a comfy, cozy space that you have inside.
Yeah, that was really important to me, that it was a very kind of intimate, cozy space to grab a coffee and sit and read a book or chat with a friend. So that was kind of the goal.
Yeah, I have to ask, because I was telling you when I met you, I was looking at these photos. I mean, everything about this is beautiful. Even the color on the outside of the building, like your lettering. I mean, did you have a vision for this? And like, how did you execute it so amazingly? It's incredible.
I didn't do it alone. I did have help to kind of bounce ideas off of others. But I did really want kind of that dark, moody vibe.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, we got to talk about the coffee.
We have to.
So when you added the coffee, and Alyssa, you are the gal to talk to about the coffee. So yeah, tell us everything we need to know. You guys have a pretty full menu as well for people.
Yes, we do. We tried to keep it small, so it was very simple.
Yes.
For people to choose what they want. We didn't want 10 different specialty drinks. We have 3 specialty drinks that we offer this month, and then we'll be changing them around Thanksgiving time, right before our Christmas walk in Savannah.
Okay.
So today I brought one of our most popular specialty drinks, which is the Smutty Pumpkin Chai.
Ooh.
Okay, and you made one for each of us.
Yes.
So
lift the straw.
And I love a chai.
All right, let's try it.
And the name came from obviously smut books and a dirty chai. So dirty chais are chais with a shot of espresso.
I love it.
It's delicious.
And
this is really good.
Name. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
this
it pairs
is
perfectly for fall, which is when we open. So
this is a thumbs up for sure.
Yeah,
this is really good. And so do you come up with the switches that you do every single month?
Yes. So I just finished our Christmas one.
Ooh.
That will come out here soon.
Are you keeping that under wraps?
Yeah,
It's a secret. All right, well, we'll have to stay tuned.
You're going to have to follow them online or visit in order. So the rest of the coffee that you guys, like the bagged coffee that you have, where do you guys, you outsource that from another small business?
Yes, we get it from, they were Trolley Depot. They're now the Wired Rabbit in Cuba City.
Wow.
I had tasted their coffee with my fiance when we were shopping around Galena when they were there. And I loved it. I always raved about it. And then I saw that they wholesale, so I reached out and we got their coffee, and they made our Novel Brew just for us.
Look at that.
Yeah, this is the Novel Brew.
Custom blend.
Yeah.
And that's the hot one that you brought here today, right?
All right, so we'll get to get a taste of that as well. So, what has been the response since the transformation from the wedding flower shop to now the Novel Bloom with the books and the coffee?
Yeah, the community has been so supportive. They've been really excited. I think that people really were kind of hungry for a space like this, especially in our area, just to hang out and in such a relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah, that's great.
And like you mentioned, the flowers, they're not going anywhere.
Right.
Nope.
They're not going anywhere. So you've got a flower shop, a decorating shop where people can make their own bouquets coming up
at that photo.
At the end of the month, right?
Yeah, so that was the space before we renovated.
Okay, and
so it was gifts and decor,
Okay.
and then we transitioned the front of the space to the books and coffee.
Oh my, what a transformation. But you still have space for all the flower arranging in the building.
Yeah, so we still have our design workroom in the back of the shop. So we're doing workshops coming up this holiday season. The next one is November 26th.
Wonderful.
For a Thanksgiving centerpiece.
Wow. Yeah, I would have to say this bouquet is beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It would be amazing to learn how to do anything like that. Really cool. And then the book side of things. So these are books that you can go in and purchase at any time. So it's not like okay, great. And they're new books. Like you guys are getting books that are just coming out.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Very cool.
So what's ahead for the Novel Bloom? Because I know you have some big plans.
We do. We have a lot that we want to do. All with time, but more workshops. We want to do book clubs. We want to do kind of premiere nights with the theater next door. If a book is turned into a movie, opening night, we kind of do an event with them for that. So lots of different stuff.
That is really exciting. Well, congratulations.
Love hearing about local businesses, supporting local businesses, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for bringing in the coffee and sharing your story. What a remarkable story here over the last, 10, 11, 12 years, something like that?
Yep, 11 years.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
well, the Novel Bloom is located at 218 Main Street in Savannah, Illinois. It is open Tuesdays through Saturdays. We have the hours listed on your screen. And if you want to learn more, you can follow along their Facebook page, or you can visit thenovelbloom.com. Samantha, Alyssa, thank you both so much for joining us today.
Yes,
this was
we
great.
appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching.
Your Local News at 4 with Sharon is coming up next. Have a great evening.